Yeah, welcome back to DXB Today. Wellness, the topic of conversation here this evening, or rather more specifically, we're talking about weight loss. How do you get the weight off? How do you maintain that weight loss as well? What are the pitfalls out there? A whole number of different approaches being discussed. Now, our next guest believes in training and food awareness to get the best results at any age. Please welcome fitness coach to the stars, Jennifer Chalouhi, who's joined us live here on the show. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Tom.
So let's talk about weight loss, if we can, or rather that whole idea of muscle loss, as Ali was mentioning a little bit earlier on. Again, one of those things that's, always been relevant and has always been something that people have been aware of, but so much is made of it now. I mean, if you've seen the evolution of weight loss and what's been in fad and off trend, etc., in the years gone by, when it comes to weight training, are we at a new sort of era when it comes to the importance of weight training?
I think it's been around for a long time, weight training.
But awareness of it.
I think more awareness of it should be made exactly as we age, because every decade we're losing muscle mass. So I definitely agree that there has to be more awareness, and also resistance training is the way to go. It's as simple as that 3 times a week. Activating every muscle group from the upper body to lower body as well as your core. These are definitely, and there are a lot of trainers out there creating that awareness. Some people are not listening to it. So it does take a lot of discipline, willpower, and to follow through. But I'm hoping to be here today as well to create more awareness on this.
And to that end, okay, let's talk about that sort of the muscle loss, if you like, or the muscle waste. Because if people are looking to lose weight by whichever means, and it might be through weight loss drugs, it might be through other means, etc., how do you maintain the muscle?
If someone is on a very low calorie deficit, and if someone is on Mounjaro or Ozempic and the dose is extremely high, that's going to stop them from eating, and their appetite's going to go away. So as I'm asked this question a lot, being a personal trainer, and I do have a lot of calls coming in going, as a trainer, what do I need to do? I'm on it, my doctor put it on me, and my first question I always ask them is, are you under supervision and guidance? Is it a low dose? If it's a high dose, you're going to be at such extreme calorie deficit, the first thing that goes away is not just muscle mass, it's not just muscle, but it's going to be lean muscle mass. That's what we need to be afraid of. So you have to maintain muscle through good nutrition, through high protein. And high protein is based on the client's height and weight. So say if you're taking a client that's 60 kgs, multiply it by 2, that client needs to get a minimum 90 grams of calories in, grams of that protein, between 90 to 20 based on their weight.
Wow. And just to build on what Jennifer was saying, and the viewers might not be aware of this, sometimes up to 50% of the total weight loss is actually lean mass. It's a huge proportion.
Not just muscle, it's tissue.
Yeah. Hard to regain.
Yeah. Jennifer, I have to ask, do you think there's still people, especially women, worried about doing weight training because they think it's going to make them big and bulky? I mean, I personally love weight training, but I know there is a lot of stigmatism, there's a lot of stigma around that.
I lift extremely heavy, extremely heavy. The heavier I lift, the thinner I'm getting, because I'm not eating a lot of junk food. It all depends on what you're eating. What processed foods are you consuming? It's going to bulk you up with the weight training because you're going to want to eat more. But the thing is, if you have guidance and you're in a weight training system that's leading you the right way, lifting the right amount of weight, and you're eating properly, you're not going to bulk up. High protein, good carbs, good fat, good fiber, you're going to have an all-round nutrition, and food is the foundation. So if food is your foundation, you're following a great plan, you will not bulk up, and you can actually, we're going to be doing a workout later today, right? And I brought in 2 kgs, 4 kgs. That's too light for me, but only because I've been training for so long and I've built the endurance, you can progress. So it's called progressive overload. So now I'm lifting easily 15 kgs. So my husband and I are having competition now.
Wow, love it.
I would just quickly go back to what you said earlier. You mentioned you have some clients who are on Ozempic or other weight loss drugs. As a fitness coach, do you ever encourage them to say, maybe that should be your last option? Maybe just stick to fitness first?
Look, one of the clients that I do have is obese. She's tried everything. When we go back to her history and ask her what was your childhood like, she didn't have the tools, the discipline, or the willpower, so she wasn't given the right way to go about it. And she has tried several attempts with a fitness trainer and with me as well, but there's that blockage. She can't control her food, and that's okay. So when we bring in Ozempic or Mounjaro, and I'm brought in as a trainer to handle that client, it's under supervisional care. And the thing is, it's that tool, that little tool to motivate them, and you can see their happiness come along. they're given the food plan, they're following the nutrition, and then it's a win-win for them. So we utilize it as a tool with a low dosage so that they don't lose their appetite, they don't lose lean muscle mass, and they just become happier. So obesity or type 2 diabetes, these are the clients that I have, not the client that needs to get ready for a wedding. Of course, that 2 kgs can just, follow a great plan in 1 week, you could lose that.
Look, it's a tool in the toolkit, like any other tool. And there's a lot of stigma attached to these medications because they're injections and it feels like a bigger deal than something else. But anything that you put in your mouth, you could look at it as if it's a drug because it's going to have an effect on your body. And so probably the more balanced way to think about this is it's hard, but remove the stigma around the discussion. And part of the great thing that you guys are doing here is bringing that awareness. Once that stigma is away, you kind of look at it objectively. And there are clinical standards that guide that. But it's super important for the fitness piece of it to be part and parcel right alongside. Anyone who's on a GLP without having the fitness component, if they can afford a personal trainer, fantastic. If they can't, friends, community, there's a lot of ways to substitute for the willpower gap that a lot of us have. I had that willpower gap. It's super important to do that right alongside.
But Jennifer, if you've got someone who's got a bit of a mind block when it comes to weight training or something like that, are there alternatives as well? I mean, we were talking earlier about, one size might not fit all. One solution might be your solution.
Okay.
Do you sort of take it by a case-by-case scenario?
And then I'll customize it. Yeah.
You burn your calories this way or
Pilates,
build this way? Oh, okay.
Calisthenics, body-weighted training workouts. Core induced, where you're just really holding or stabilizing and isolating each of the muscle groups without even having to hold a weight. So this might resonate more with a client rebounding. I'm a rebounding instructor, so I get them to jump, and that's still activating your muscles. I still will say 3 times a week, resistance training is the way to go. And you don't have to lift heavy. You can start slow and progressive overload. Just increase your weight by 1 kilo the stronger you get, and follow a proper nutrition plan.
Amazing. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm super excited for our workout later.
Is it a ladies only workout?
Apparently.
I'm afraid so.
We're not
They
invited.
are.
We're not invited, Ali. Behind
I'm
closed doors.
But Louis, I believe it is time for that wonderful quiz in 60 seconds.
Ali, don't be jealous about the workout because we've got something else that's special just for you. It's called the DXB in 60. In 60 seconds, rapid fire questions. We want to know more about you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, in 60 seconds, let's start the clock now. 3, 2, 1, go. Your first job.
My first job, I was a waiter in a pizza joint.
Wow. A superpower you wish you had.
Oh, a superpower I wish I had, reading people's minds.
Favorite place to wind down after a long day.
With my kids.
Nice. Favorite restaurant in Dubai.
I'm going to have to say right at home with my wife's home-cooked food.
Aww.
The safe answer.
A book, movie, or a series that you recommend.
Look, I'm a nerd and I read nerdy books. And a good one that is really popular now is Outlive by Peter Attia.
Nice. And your biggest inspiration?
My father.
If you would have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, goodness. Dead or alive? I'm big on understanding where I came from, so probably a great-grandfather I never met.
Nice. One last question. Why Dubai?
Well, we don't have more than 60 seconds, so that's going to be an incomplete answer. But Dubai, I think, is home for us. We've been here 17 years. It just comes down to, I think it's probably the best place to raise well-adjusted and happy kids.
You're probably one of the few people who answered all questions in 60 seconds.
Fantastic.
Ali, can't thank you enough.
Thank
so
you
much
for
indeed
having me.
guest co-hosting. It's
appreciate
been an
it.
absolute
It was
pleasure.
fun, yeah.
All the best on the journey. All the best with what you're telling everyone at the moment
Thanks
as well.
so
And we'll
much.
get you back on very
Appreciate
soon.
it.
Thank you for your time. Jennifer, I was about to say goodbye, but it's not goodbye, is it?
Oh, no, it's not.
It's not
We're gonna go
goodbye
work out.
because you are going to go and work out. You're going to go and put our Ames through her paces. Yeah, don't be shy.
It's going to be easy. Oh, no, Amy, it's going to be easy.
Don't be easy. Don't make it easy. Don't make it easy.
Yeah, I'm a tough cookie. I can handle it. I can handle it.
So Jennifer and Amy are going to be heading over to get that sorted in a few moments' time. Do stay with us as, of course, we'll be proffing you reminders. That's all coming after the break.